All right, again, remembering that I need to look for a GCF first, I recognize that 4 will divide evenly into both 4 and 100, so I want to pull that out as a greatest common factor. When I pull a 4 out, I am left with x squared minus 25, and then I can start to identify my a squared and b squared terms. So looking here at x squared, that's going to be my a squared term. So I can say that a is equal to the square root of x squared, which again is x. That means that I can set up my parentheses and put an x at the front of each of them. If I want to identify my b squared term next, I'm going to look at the 25, and I can say that b is the square root of 25, which of course is just 5. So I can have minus 5 and plus 5. Don't forget that you also need to bring down your greatest common factor that you started with. So this is my final factored form. Always include the greatest common factor that you pulled out. I would like you to try both problem 5 and 6 and then come back here to see how you did. Let's take a look at problem number 5. Looking for a GCF first, I notice that 5 will divide evenly into both 180 and into 5. So doing that, I end up with 36x squared minus 1 as what's left over when I pull that 5 out. That means that I can identify my a value as being the square root of 36x squared, which is 6 and an x. My b value is the square root of 1, which is 1. So I can put 6 x's at the front and a minus 1 and a plus 1 at the back. Don't forget to bring down that greatest common factor that you pulled out at the beginning, the 5, to include in your final factored form. Number 6, you should have pulled out a greatest common factor of 6, leaving you with 4x squared minus 9. The square root of 4x squared will give me an a term of 2x, and the square root of 9 will give me a b term of 3. So again, following my format, I have 2 x's at the front, 3's at the back, 1 positive and 1 negative, and don't forget to bring the 6 down to complete your final factored form.